How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play some Night Swordcraft story. After that encounter in the last part, we got through all the introductory stuff, and Sugar got level up there. Like all the introduction plot stuff. So you don't even get that far into the first dungeon, and you run into one of your rivals, Sanary, who when you first encounter her, she comes off as a bit of a bitch, but she's not so much. She has more of that older sister kind of mentality. And apparently, we just ran into her little happy place, where she, you know, her older sister brought her here, but apparently she ran off or something like that. So at first you might think she is a little bit of a brat, but later on you find out she's actually pretty cool. You find that iron ore there, which is pretty much what we need out of this dungeon. I end up cutting head to where we have to smelt weapons and stuff like that. If you ever forget how to build weapons, Braun early on will tell you how to make them. So pretty much all you gotta do is break down the materials you need for them, and I'll explain that in a second as soon as we get into our own cabin. But anyway, wait, and also heal ourselves up. So anyway, wait, go to create materials, go to items, and I have no idea why I did that. I thought it said build items or something like that. Anyway, each one of those has a different factor: fire, water, and wind. There's also different items like the silver things, which I'll go into a second what they do. Each weapon has a set number of each of those elements you need to build the weapon. For example, the sword needs 5 wind and 5 fire for you to build it. And trust me, you're gonna need layer weapons, because if one of them ever breaks, you're gonna be up shit's creek without a paddle, because that hammer isn't gonna do nothing. You can't even upgrade it. So Braun, it's like, congratulations, you made first weapon. And they're like, how is it? Not bad, pretty good. So just something I want to note here, the encounter rate here is just ridiculous. Like, it's just, I know they give you small areas to go through and you would just burn through all the freaking floors in the Labyrinth like nothing, but I think it's the same way with Swordcraft Story 2. But literally, you'll run to a fight like one every 15 to 30 seconds worth of exploring, which means you're gonna get a ton of items, and you're just gonna get a ton, well, not so much items depending on what enemies you fight, but you'll get like a ton of EXP. So we get the first match notice here. You can reach the battle area through the first floor, speak to officials in a hallway. He'll guide you to tournament. And every battle, you're only allowed one weapon. So I hope if you die on the first try, you know, I hope you have like a better weapon there. Maybe it's not fast enough. Maybe, or maybe it breaks too much because it's not strong enough or whatever. But just make sure that is your best weapon to battle with. So he gives us a new technique. I decided to opt out on the knuckle. Not a big fan of it, just because you know, if you land the last strike, you have like about a 2-second area where your opponent can take a swing at you, but the knuckle's pretty dang fast. So Mom comes in here checking on us, and he discovers It was our dad's old partner, Sugar, who is pretty much gonna marry us, even though we're a little kid right now. A lot of pressure to put on a little kid. You gotta win a tournament, gotta marry a cute-looking fairy. So, you know, it's like the whole world's been put on top of your shoulders in this game.
Every RPG.
Like every other RPG. So, after that, I believe I end up going to... I forgot what I end up doing here. Aside from just doing the standard, you know, equip weapon. And I have no idea what I was doing down there. I think I end up running around exploring to see if there's anything good here. The item shop is not the best place in the world to go to. Just on the sheer fact that, you know, all these items are ridiculously expensive, and a lot of them, every time you go back into a dungeon, the boxes in that will respawn, and if you smash them, you know, every single time you go in there, you might get more items.
The chest stones.
But it's kind of random. But the chests don't give you any more items.
They don't reset.
So I opt out to pretty much go to the 3rd floor. Now, the sword, it's pretty basic. Got pretty basic slash. And I always just play it there like a freaking moron. Excuse me.
Until I told you about.
So, every weapon has like a 3-hit combo. Well, sword has a 3-hit combo. Axe has more of a 2-hit combo. Knuck has 3 hits.
No, 5.
3 to 5 hits. The spear only has 1 hit.
But the reach is worth it.
But anyway, we find a new enemy here. Kino, another pretty basic enemy. If you attack them when they're jumping in midair, you'll actually get a stun on them and pretty easily kill them.
Or you have to knock
So,
down and go for the uppercut.
just checking for any additional magic as your beast gets levels. Eventually, she'll get spells. Sometimes it's offensive. Sometimes it's healing spells, and we got ability there called Aqua Tornado. Basically, it summons an Aqua Tornado both sides, and we have another new enemy, the Gremlin. Gremlin's another pretty basic enemy. It has 2 attacks, charge, and sometimes it'll shoot fireball at you, or like a flamethrower kind of move. And we have the final new enemy, the one you're going to want to fight most for its items, and you're going to not so much like fighting it because of how much range it has on you. So if you can just pin him into a corner and just hammer away at him, I'll tell you why you're going to want to fight these very much often. 1, they give you 150 EXP. And 2, they drop a really good item called the Mystic Ore. What the Mystic Ore does is that if you have enough of them, the next weapon you build, it'll ask you, do you want to use Mystic Ore on this weapon? And you'll just go, sure, I'll use Mystic Ore on them. And it'll pretty much give your weapon an element. It all depends on what level the weapon is, or how far along the game you are. I believe the first sword, it'll give a fire element, then the ones after that, I'm not 100% sure. I think after that it's like water element. And we got another level up. Every level gives you like 1 additional point to allocate to either attack, defense, or agility. Spend it as you like, if you like, you know, speedy characters. And I'm just getting to a lot of counters here, which usually means a lot of level ups. Got another iron ore, which I'm probably gonna take and use on. I have no idea why I'm just walking around there concerning the encounter rate. And I figured there was like nothing in that one place. So, in the third floor here, pretty much run around, smashing any kind of crates that we can. And I think pretty much we're gonna be shooting for first level Nux, first level sword, and first level spear, just because spear can easily reach up and fight aerial enemies, which we'll be fighting soon enough. And they're more annoying than the standard enemies. Breaking open boxes. There's a bottomless cup, but early on it's pretty decent, but later on it's not gonna give you as much as you need. Right here, there's a thing called a teleporter. So, as of right now, we cannot access them. Because the game deems ourselves, too weak. So we end up going back to the first floor through the teleporter. The only way to activate them is by smashing them with your hammer. So I have no idea what I end up doing around here. Here, I end up running like a freaking moron for a little bit, which I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I forgot there was item chest and there was a lot of dead weight footage here. So we found another iron ore here. Get another level up. I forgot to mention that depending on what ability you increase, it doesn't just increase attack, defense, or agility. It also increases your HP by X amount. So I opt out to just go with the fire dagger. And apparently when I fought this guy, I was way too strong, and I also forgot to save here. But anyway, can we just get to fight already, please? There we go. You're from the Silver Guild. Next tournament round's about to start. So this is the first round of the first fight in some night. Fight this guy named Chaz, who does not have a guardian beast. He's like, yep, I'm so badass, I do not need a guardian beast. Oh really? I'm gonna hit you with just a sword. I should fight you the way you fight. Just because, basically, okay, he's got this giant ass buster sword. When he raises his sword like that, that means he's about to swing. Now, the goal of this fight is either 1, break his sword, or 2, make his HP go down to 0. Apparently, you can fight this guy at level 6. Maybe a little bit lower. I'm not 100% sure. But I want to have the flame sword just in case. And apparently, my brother told me for this guy, you can adopt a hit and run strategy. If he raises his sword high like that, that means he's gonna go for a longer range. If he raises his short, that means he just gets stabbed towards the ground. And we get F-ton experience and no level up from that fight. So we're passing through to the second round. He's like, bullshit, no, that's bullshit. Neither quality of his weapon or the skill are worthy. No contest, this is BS. Kinda sounds like me after losing to some absolute scrub at CO deck tournament. And I'm being completely honest with you on that one. So after every big boss fight in the game, you have the option to go, run around and hang out with one of your friends. Braun's like, hey, I heard you won your first battle. And he's like, don't get cocky now. There's going to be quite a few fights. And there will be, there's one really easy one. There's one that's an absolute royal pain in the butt. But, aside from that, they're all gonna be really testing your weapon skills and how you build your own weapons. So it's giving us the option to either hang out with Sugar or Sanary. I opt out hang out with Sanary because she is the main character's fiance. So I figured, why not? So you're reminiscing over, the fight and how awesome it was. Fight alongside each other. I would definitely pay attention to these bits. I'm not sure if they play into overall ending or to a later plot point in the game. Like, if you know, just outright tell me in the comments, because any additional information I could get would be absolutely incredible. So we find out somebody set the record for shortest fight, and Braun comes in and he's like, "Hey, I need your help. I need you to drop off a weapon at another town." And Sugar's like, "I got plans for a dinner date with Alan." It's like, "Don't worry, I'll feed you enough food till you can't stuff any more food in your mouth." And he's like, "Hey, we can do that later." So we end up. He's like, "Okay, go to Vance, drop off the weapons, and we'll be back in no time. So you can build your next weapon or whatever." So that's it. Pretty much that's it for this part. Aside from just going through inventory and equipping crap, nothing really else happens in this. So I'll see you guys in the next part, where I think I ended up fixing the audio for the game. So see you guys later, and have a nice day.